On my first day of college, I had never heard of GIS. If someone had told me I would end up a GIS analyst, I think I would have been quite confused. GIS is one of the best kept secrets of the modern world. Geographic information systems are constantly working to maintain and facilitate our way of life, and sometimes we're none the wiser. When I tell people I work in GIS, most people ask me, GI what? And I usually just respond with, I make maps and apps. The reality is, though, there are countless networks and systems at work, supporting, creating, and working to understand the world. Today, I'd like to take a look at where GIS is making an impact, and hopefully give you a greater understanding of where GIS is at work in the world. Let's start off looking at GIS work in Peoria County. In terms of scale, our organization has 151 applications, application pages, dashboards, archived apps, and test apps active as of November 2020. This ranges from our own website, to the Highway Department's sign collector, to the Health Department's opioid hub, and beyond. These all live in the cloud. More specifically, our organization's ArcGIS online portal. What this means is that the applications are living in a data center somewhere. Most likely it's in the United States, but we don't know exactly. The servers in here support way more than just the county's GIS operations, but there's a few terabytes of GIS data living in there. We also back up some of the data that is stored in the cloud on site because you can never have too many backups. Our largest application, the front desk, is our only internally hosted application, so we have full control over it. It's an application with a lot of moving parts. We have several Python scripts that run daily or weekly to keep all of the data current. Here's a look at one of our update scripts. Scripting is one of the best ways to keep data updated, but it can also be tricky. Even a small Windows update can throw off a script, so we receive daily updates to make sure that they've run correctly. All of this ensures that county employees and the public can have complete and uninterrupted access to parcel, tax, sales, and other property data, as well as county-wide aerial imagery. All in all, 133 layers are available on the front desk, which makes it an incredibly powerful tool. So these are just a few of the places you can see and interact with GIS in Peoria County. Now, let's look a little bit further out. Obviously, county governments are not the only people using GIS. The health sector has been using maps and geography for many years. Perhaps the most famous documentation of early spatial analysis comes from London. In 1854, Dr. John Snow mapped data from a cholera outbreak in London. His map allowed him to see a clear pattern that no one else had noticed yet, and ultimately allowed him to discover the source of the cholera outbreak. A GIS, or Geographic Information System, allows you to compare and analyze geographic data to find patterns. Now, the term GIS did not exist in 1854, but John Snow's map of cholera deaths allowed him to ask questions and solve problems, just like we do with GIS today. No introductory GIS class is complete without discussing Dr. Snow's example of spatial analysis. Understanding spatial relationships is critical in understanding the spread of disease. This is why GIS has been so transformational for the health sector. Nowadays, we see GIS used not only to map where diseases are occurring, but also other factors that can impact health. According to the National Institute of Health, GIS is actively being used to map air and water pollution. Adding another layer to this issue, we can not only analyze where pollution is, but also see who it's impacting. Is one group or a class of the population disproportionately impacted? GIS makes it easy to answer questions like this. Another field where GIS has been transformational is politics. I'm sure we're all familiar with the different maps that get shown to us on election night and in the days that follow an election. But the use of GIS in politics goes way beyond that. It goes right to the heart of deciding who votes and where they vote. Redistricting is always a hot topic, and at the end of census years, that talk intensifies. After the 2010 census, GIS was a critical component in drawing new districts. It will be even more important in 2020. Using technology like this can be both helpful and harmful to the democratic process. Some have used it to more easily gerrymander districts because now they can look block by block and estimate how an area is likely to vote. On the flip side, these systems make it easier to draw districts using computer algorithms. These are algorithms that can help eliminate personal bias because someone's not just sitting behind a computer saying, I think they're going to vote here. GIS also provides an opportunity to involve the public in redistricting, thereby making democracy just a little bit more democratic. Companies like Esri produce redistricting software that not only makes life easier for government officials trying to draw districts, but also allows the public to submit their own district plans. With so many Americans owning their own computer, it is now possible to publish criteria for creating a district and then allow individuals to draw districts as easily as they could play a computer game. States like Colorado have already gone ahead and implemented public input on districts. This is all in an effort to end the practice of gerrymandering. Since this technology is continuing to evolve, it will be extremely interesting to see its expanded role in post-2020 redistricting. So, with all of that said, thanks for watching this video and for visiting our virtual GIS Day. I've hoped you learned a little bit more about where GIS is at work in the world around you, even if you can't always see it. For more information on GIS in Peoria County, take a look around our webpage. We're always happy to answer questions and help you figure out just how GIS can improve your workflows and your public information distribution. So thank you and have a great day.